Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Happy Monday, everyone. Missed y'all last week. Yes, yes. And you know what? I was so gangster, I didn't even come on to let y'all know I wasn't coming on. Well, I'll tell you why. So last week was my husband and I's 30th anniversary. 30 years, y'all. We have been married. We've known each other for 33 years. And we just did a little celebration on last week. Our plans were to do something really big and really huge for the 30th. But, you know, being a caregiver and doing certain things, sometimes it kind of disrupts a little bit about what you want to do. So, but we had a great day. And we just spent time with each other, just kind of hanging out, kicking it, and enjoying Birmingham and doing some different things. And so it was a lot of fun. So 30th anniversary for my hubby and I. It's been great. We met at Miles College. Miles College. I came to Alabama as Miss Black USA and had a full scholarship to go to Miles College. And my husband was the starting quarterback for Miles College. And so how we met was the coach, the head coach at that time, thought that Ernest and I would make a nice couple. So instead of him coaching Miles College football team, he decided to be matchmaker. But I am grateful to the coach for putting us together. And here we are now 30 years later and three amazing kids. So just happy anniversary to him. And we're looking for 40, 50, 60 more years to go. So happy anniversary to us. So that's why I didn't come in on last week. But hey, guys, and also listen, happy Heart Month. I believe this is the month of healthy hearts. So I pray that we're doing what we need to do out there. Peggy Keebler, the body artist at PK Fitness, she always has things in place to help us be healthy. And she has an amazing nutrition class called Nourish You, which is a 6-week course that really gets you educated on the things that you really need to put into your body, why you need to put those things into your body, and what things you shouldn't put in your body, and then to learn how to read the nutrition label on your packaging. See, these are types of things are very, very important. And we don't do those things. You know, we eat whatever tastes good to us, whatever we want to eat or like to eat. And I'm not saying don't do that, but I think that we need to be very much more aware of what we're putting in our bodies, how much of what we're putting in our bodies, and what our bodies can really handle. And Nourish You is an amazing course. And she just wrapped up one of her courses a couple of weeks ago. And the students that was in there really enjoyed it. But just heart health, guys, is making sure we're doing what we need to do for our health, especially for women. So happy heart health to everyone this month, and happy Black History Month. I have an amazing guest that's coming on tonight who actually is no stranger to the ladies' room. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. He better not make it that long again, but it's been a minute. But he's coming back in, and we're going to talk about JazzNet, which is a great networking organization. I thought that was probably one of the most genius ideas ever. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, where he is with JazzNet right now, and then some new things that are going on with Donnie Hatcher. So guys, we have new people coming in today. Hey, Preston. I can't believe Ernest was a quarterback. Yes, Preston. Ernest was a quarterback, and he was a very good quarterback too. I might add, he was very good. But yep, Ernest was out there on the field playing his heart out. He did a really good job of that season. So again, guys, go ahead and share this with your network of friends. We're going to be learning a lot about JazzNet tonight. I think it's going to be something that's going to benefit all of us. So go ahead and share your live stream with your audience right now. So, Ghost, we're going to bring into the ladies' room here tonight. We got Donnie Hatcher. Donnie,
hey,
welcome back, man.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm just grateful to be here.
I am so excited about what God is doing with you. And, you know, you have an amazing testimony. You shared a little bit about that with me a couple of years ago. Can you believe it's been like a couple of years ago since we actually talked? It's been a minute.
You're right before the pandemic.
Yep. Yep. Right before the pandemic. And God has done some just some tremendous things for you.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully you can share a little bit of that testimony if you feel comfortable with that. It's totally up to you. But let's talk a little bit about JazzNet.
Okay.
Are we still doing JazzNet? I know the pandemic shut so many things down and really hinder us from being able to do some of the things that we want to do. Are you still doing JazzNet?
Yeah, we are doing JazzNet Presents now, so we're expanding on it where instead of just doing just JazzNet, we're doing JazzNet Presents, which means we're open up to doing JazzNet Presents comedy, JazzNet Presents a party. Like we actually had a party last time when the National Association of Black Journalists were in town. And we did one with Mike Hill from Atlanta Housewife and Jay Harris from ESPN. They came.
Okay.
Yeah, they hosted for us last August, actually, and it was a very nice event. We had a good time.
I love the concept JazzNet. I remember when you were doing them before the pandemic, and the ladies' room came out, did a red carpet, and so we were able to interview people as they were coming in. And when I tell you, nice, it was nice. You had a live jazz band that was there, and the vendors. I was like, man, where did he get all these cool vendors from? I mean, there were people from everywhere down at the Harvard Center, downstairs and upstairs. The live jazz band was downstairs. And when I tell you, Donnie, just a great concept, man, just networking and meeting people. I met some great people there that night. It was just a really neat event.
Thank you. It's been very helpful, and I really appreciate you saying that, and appreciate having you there because I mean, you added so much to the room, and it was really great for us. We've had so many testimonies from JazzNet that have been truly amazing, especially that one that you were at too, because that was really nice. You had a lot of people there.
Whoo, I mean, you had
about 50 vendors somewhere.
Yes.
So it was
off the chain. And didn't you have a fashion show that night?
We did have a little small mini one right now. It was something we tried different to try to add a little spice to it.
Right.
As well. So yes, we did. That was, that's the first time. I forgot all about that, but that's true.
Oh, I didn't. I mean and that's when you're doing things when you make an impact on people and they can remember the intricate details of what took place at the organization. So just really, really good. Allison Sanders is in the building here tonight. She says, yes, the Ladies Room Talk Show with Jose. And Allison actually was there that night with me. And she was actually my videographer that night. We multitasked for each other. So she was a videographer for that night. And it was just really, really spectacular. And I like the twist that you're doing now, Donnie, how you are partnering up with people who are coming into the city. And if they're willing to partner with you, Donnie, obviously they see the value in what JazzNet has to offer because it's a valuable product. I mean, it's just stellar and spot on. So are you able to take JazzNet and then drop that component into your partnership with what they're doing? Or are you able to kind of do your own thing?
Well, you know what? It's very interesting that you say that. We have one coming up now on the 29th of this month. Okay. And it's called JazzNet Presents Party with the Candidates. And so we're trying to actually get involved with the city and making sure that people are aware. They get a chance to know their politicians, judges, and constables, and different people that are running for office. So we want to make sure that we have a forum for them to do that. We're doing that at the Dannon Project. And this is going to be one that's free for the public right now. So, we have food trucks going to be there as well. Several food vendors. I mean, they are blowing my phone up while we're on the phone right now. You know what I mean?
Love it.
So
I love it.
They're doing that thing there. So we're going to have vendors too.
Okay. So, Donnie, when did you say that's going to be again?
February the 29th.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Dannon Project. Right downtown, right on Fifth Avenue, right downtown Birmingham. So we're going to probably have from 5 to 8.
5 to 8. Okay. Okay. So the food trucks are going to start, I guess, at about 5 o'clock. When will the actual panel start with the?
It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, we're going to have live jazz music. We got to put the jazz twist in there.
Of course.
So we're going to have a jazz band playing, from 5 and DJ as well. So a lot of mix and mingling. That way you get a chance to meet the politicians, and
Okay.
they will actually someone will have vendor booths there. So we're inviting anybody that's running for office right now to come out. Right now, call me at 205-873-4572 and get involved.
And I like that you're doing this, because a lot of times people go to the polls and look at a list of names that they have no clue about them.
Right there.
Yeah. They have no clue. They don't know what the missions are. They don't know what they stand for, what they believe in, what their bent is. And so what happens is that a lot of people won't even go to the polls because they're not familiar with the candidates. So they're like, I only know who's running. I'm not interested. And so, or they say they go to the polls for the big events. I go for the big voting election. I go for when the president, and my thing is, I think every time the polls open, our tails need to be in there voting. Exactly. I don't care what it is. And so, but even if you're going to choose one, see, people think the president is the most important election, and it is now. But the most important is putting the people in office that he can work with.
Right.
If we go and just go to the big elections and we don't put your senators in place and your representatives in place and all of your make sure that we set up the House and the Senate the way it needs to be. If we don't get those right people in there, you vote just that one time every 4 years is not going to amount to a hill of beans, because we're not setting him up to succeed or her up to succeed.
You said it.
Yeah. And so I'm so glad, Donnie, that you are doing this, because now you're eliminating the excuses. Okay, You don't know who's running. Go to this event on the 29th. It's going to be at the Dannon Project. 5:00, 5:30 is going to start. Food trucks, so you don't have no excuse. You have food to eat.
Right.
Bring you some change. Get you something to eat. So that's your dinner. And then sit down and let's listen to what these politicians have to say, so that we can make educated voting decisions.
Exactly. And meet them one-on-one. Talk to them and ask them your questions personally. You get a chance to do that at this event. So, they all agree. We got several that already agreeing to come. So we're looking to have at least 30 candidates there.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's going to be wow. And so now you're saying that these candidates are going to come and that the public has an opportunity to ask them questions, correct?
Exactly. They're going to be able to meet them. I mean, the panels won't be as long because we got so many candidates. So we're going to try to get them in. And, JJ Pruitt is our host. So we got a great host. We'll make sure that they get a chance to meet them one-on-one, ask the questions. And that's what's most important right now. We have so many people, just like you just said, need to know who's actually going to be on family court.
Right. That's right.
Who's up there? When you go up there, you have a better idea of what you're going through and what's going on.
Yeah. And, a lot of people are thinking, well, hey, I don't have to worry about that. I'm never going to go to that court, or I won't, be before their judge. But I think we as a society have to get out of being selfish and self-centered. Right. We have to think about those people who have to sit before these judges, and that these people will get a fair trial, that they'll get fair judgment and fair treatment. And so we have to think more than just ourselves. We have to think about those people who have to go. We have to make sure that people who are on the bench are for what's fair, for what's right. Exactly. When they make their judgment. So, I don't know. I just don't know, Donnie. That's probably a whole nother podcast show.
That's right. Well, I mean, I think the last election, the mayor election, I think we had 15% of people voting.
Right.
I mean, that is really a shame for a city like Birmingham, where where it's known for people dying for getting registered to vote. And why would we actually not participate? It just doesn't make sense. We're in leadership. We complain about leadership, but we're not doing a thing about it. I'm voting for dog catcher. I don't care what it is.
Right. The vote will be cast.
Okay. That's right.
You have to. I think that because a lot of people think that, and I've heard some young people say this, my vote don't count. My one vote doesn't make a difference. Au contraire. Because if our vote, or if one single vote wasn't important, there wouldn't be so much of effort to be put into trying to prevent people from voting.
You just said it. That was major. Right now. I mean, that's the whole point. There, everything is set up to make sure that we don't vote. I mean, if you sit back and think about the state of Alabama and the way they want to educate us, everybody say we have one black school here, but it's in Fairfield. We don't have one in the city of Birmingham. So we're not graduating political scientists and people that's going to get on our city council that already have knowledge about what they're doing. Like Atlanta, they got 4 schools that are black schools in the city of Atlanta. I think that makes a big difference of where they grow back and how they're being educated on voting early. And we need to do that right now. So this is a opportunity for us to come out and just start getting involved and making sure that we are getting registered to vote. You're going to be able to do that here. So even if you're not going to be able to vote, if you get registered to vote at our event, you won't be able to vote on March the 5th. You'll be able to vote for the general.
Right. You know, and if you're not registered to vote, guys, listen, go ahead and get it in.
Now,
even though you won't be able to get in for this March, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and start the process. Go ahead and get your right to vote. People literally died for our opportunity to vote.
Exactly.
And so we want to utilize this, because one thing about it, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And what a lot of people don't realize is that us voting is voted on. And I can't remember, Donnie, how many years is it every so often they have to vote in Congress to allow us to vote?
I think it's 3 years. I think after 3 years, it's 3 to 4 years. Now they changed the law, because I remember at one time they wasn't up to date in the state of Alabama. But after, I want to say, at least 3 to 4 years, if you don't vote at all, I think they're going to take your name off of that. Where you won't be able to go and vote. You have to go and register.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin says, "What's up?"
What's up, Kevin? What's happening? That's my man there.
That's right. That is the man.
I'm telling you, sharp character right there.
Yes, absolutely. Good people.
You got an awesome crew.
Yes, absolutely. To God be the glory on that. So, Donnie, what else you got going on? I know you got JazzNet, but you got some other things that's going on too. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, well, my company is DCH Marketing, so I try to help businesses to grow. So I work with a lot of different businesses, which is very interesting, make my days very interesting, because I'm going from one to the next. And, I mean, from construction to taxes, just all types of businesses right now that I'm working with. I'm trying to help their bottom line, creating websites and different things like that. So we're pretty busy with that right now as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Everybody's making changes, and especially going into the new year, people need to level up and their game, how they're doing things, and marketing and strategies, and setting budgets and all types of stuff. So I can imagine you're extremely busy.
It's some long days and dealing with these politicians as well too right now. You throw that in the mix, oh yeah, the days have been very interesting.
Right. So Donnie, let me ask you something. There has been some changes, and I don't want to put you on I don't want to put you at a disadvantage or whatever. If you're not knowledgeable, that's cool, because it's something that's new that's come down the pipeline. And I'm not very knowledgeable of it yet, but there's going to be some changes as to how people who have businesses, LLCs and such are to report. So can you talk on that a little bit for us tonight, for those people who are on the air who have businesses, small businesses or LLC? Can you talk on that a little bit for us?
Just a little bit. I would say, what they're setting it up to be, where you're going to have to report, or you're going to get a fine to the neighborhood of $500 a month. And my understanding is that, you can they can give you a 2-year fine up to $10,000. Those are the main things that I do know that's coming down the pike, where if you don't re-register, or even if you have a business say a LLC, and you have it 4 or 5 years ago, and you're not doing anything with it, yeah, they're gonna come at you right now as well too, because you're not doing anything with that. And so you're gonna either need to cut it off, or just eliminate it completely. But I would definitely recommend to talk to your tax person right now on what you need to do to get that done.
Okay.
Make sure you stay on point with that. Yes.
I know in some research that I've done thus far is that if you have a business prior to 2024, you have, I think, until December, the end of this year, I think, to start that process. But if you start a business in 2024, then you have until like the end of the month or something like that to go ahead. You have 30 days to go ahead and start that process. So to some of the older businesses, it has a little bit more leniency. But I definitely feel like we should have a little bit more conversation about that for our small businesses, because we need to be knowledgeable. A lot of small businesses won't know about this change because they're not aware of what's going on, or are not really abreast of the various changes that are taking place and coming down the pipeline in the government. So, but we have to know these things, so that we don't be at a disadvantage later. I mean, all of this stuff is put in for middle class and kind of upper class. Once you make is it not 500,000? Is it 500,000 and you don't have to do it? Is a certain number that you can make that will exempt you from all of this.
Now, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that I know the reason why they're doing it, because there's so many companies right now that are fraudulent companies that are started overseas in places like that, and they're trying to get involved in the U.S. and that's what they're trying to catch right now.
Right.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, I think it's money laundering and a couple other things.
Exactly. Right. That's the problem right there. They have a lot of fake companies right now, and we all know that because we get all these bot calls and all these different companies. I mean, calling us from all overseas.
Right.
So I'm messing up our day.
Correct.
Big time.
So, Donnie, how can people get involved in some of the things that you're doing? How can they learn more about JazzNet? And do you have an email list that you send out to people? How can they get on with the itinerary? And do you have a website that we can go to?
Yes, they can go to JazzNetBham.com, JazzNetBham.com, or they can call me at 205-873-4572. And either way, if they go to JazzNet Bham, they can actually put their information on there and get on our database. But we are always looking for people that want to help and learn about the process, because I'm not hiding this process from you. I would love for more people to get involved and start doing different things and events. And
is it .com or .org, Donnie? .com or .org?
.com.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they come, I'll be able to train them. Like this time, we're going to have some young people from the Centerpoint School called the DECA Group, and they've been very polished, as well, very good young adults. And it's probably about 15 of them, but we're going to have them helping, working, making sure vendors are set up, running the door and different things like that to help us get by this day as well. But they're going to learn a lot as well about meeting businesses and how to approach them, customer service, all those type of things as well. But we do that with the adults as well.
Okay, very good. And so is there a cost to get in? Now, the one that you have coming up on the 29th, you said that's free, correct?
It's free.
Generally, are there costs associated with it, or does it just really depend on what you're doing?
We've been doing JazzNet since 1996, and this is the very first free event I've ever done.
Wow.
Never done anything free. Most of our events, you're going to pay at least $15 to $20 to get in. And the vendor booths are a little bit more, somewhere $200. But this time is only $150 for a vendor.
That's good.
Hopefully it'll be able to help them. And then, we're going to do a big promotion. We're doing big promotions right now to try to make sure that it's packed for.
Okay, very good. And one thing I do know about the JazzNets that I've been to, when you get a vendor booth, there's so much traffic that comes in. You know, is very likely that you can make the money that you've invested and then make money on top of that because of the traffic that's coming through
right
at these events. You know, sometimes you can get a vendor booth and nobody comes, you know, and you're like, man, I paid $300 and all I didn't make money. I'm in the hole when I left here. So, you know, sometimes that happens, but I have noticed that your events are usually packed and they come expecting to purchase something. You know,
we try to give them bags. Usually we try to
right.
have things for them to collect and make sure they full before they leave. But I also want to put on that note that, you know, if you have a good business and say you break even, you really didn't break even, because if you're giving out the information, QR codes or business cards, and you got a great product, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find you again before I come to JazzNet, and I'm gonna buy from you again, you know, during the time. So the people that do real well at JazzNet are the ones that sell things next week after JazzNet is over, you know, and keep their clients, you know. But what they got to learn, and what I'm hearing is, you got some that do real well, but you got to have good customer service. If your customer service, you can't have any business right now, because we're going to expect a lot from us, and they're going to, you know, the one thing I don't want to do is call you and it takes 2 weeks for me to get what I want. Because I got Amazon today. You know what I mean? We can always get it another way. So now you're going to lose money. So we got to make sure that our customer service is up, and we got to teach people how to do that.
Yes. Probably need to put some customer service classes together.
Exactly.
And show it how it's done, because sometimes what we think is common sense may not be. Exactly. And your customers too, it depends on what kind of customers you have. Different customers require certain types of service.
Right.
And so it's just knowledge. It's just learning, is wisdom, learning what you're to do and how you can accommodate these customers. So I'm so excited, Donnie, and just excited to hear about the new things and how you've made that twist to what JazzNet is doing now. I love the fact that you're providing an audience and providing a platform for our candidates to give them an opportunity to speak freely about what they support, what they believe in, and why we should vote for them. So I think that's going to help our citizens to make educated decisions on who to vote for. So kudos to you, my friend. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope that I'm able to come through and let me see, check my calendar, because I want to see if I can get there myself, because that's going to be good. The 29th, that's on a Thursday. I may be able to come out. Just have to check my schedule and see.
Okay.
But I think that's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to you. I want to see you.
Yeah, man, it's going to be nice, you know. And this is what people need to know. I'm going to be real hood right now. Y'all, this is look, hey, Donnie, this is some free jazz, y'all.
Okay. Free jazz.
You can get some free jazz. Check them out. Donnie said jazz is going to be there. A jazz band, is it?
Got to have it. No doubt about that.
Yes.
You know, we always have some great entertainment. I'm a musician, so that's going to definitely have good. We're going to definitely have good entertainment.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great. So listen, guys, you come, get educated, get your belly full, and some entertainment. I mean, where can you get all of that for free? Well, the food's
you missed one. You missed one. Network.
And that, I mean, how could I? Oh, thank you, Donnie. That's the main thing of JazzNet.
Come on, that's it. JazzNet. That's where the net come from.
Yes.
Okay. So, but you know, also I want to just tell your audience. I mean, and I know your audience is probably very well at this, but make sure that you don't just meet one person and talk to this person for 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
You know, that's the biggest thing that I see that happens at JazzNet sometimes, where people might leave and they might have 1 or 2 business cards. Right. Well, that's your fault, you know, because you didn't meet that many people. You need to meet as many people as you can. Don't just lock to one person right now and be with them for 2 hours. That's not going to benefit you. Networking event, you got to go and meet people, collect as much information as you can, you know, stay long enough to get a good understanding, build a little rapport, and then go and meet someone else.
Right. I love it. Well, Donnie, listen, I know you got things to do tonight. I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, telling us what's going up with JazzNet and that your upcoming event is going to be taking place. Go out there, guys, to jazznetbham.com, jazznetbham.com to learn more about what's taking place on the 29th and all of the other upcoming events that JazzNet is going to be putting out there. And for all of your marketing needs, website needs and such, reach out to Donnie Hatcher. He has an amazing marketing firm that can help you get and catapult your business to where it needs to be. So, Donnie, listen, you know what I do it. I love for my guests to leave an encouraging word to our listening audience. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me see here. This is for you, Donnie, from Kevin.
Oh, look, there you go.
Just as messy as he can be.
He is. And I mean, you would get enough after losing 4 years in a row, but you know, I guess. Well,
yes. So this is from Lavandia. Hey, Lavandia, how are you tonight?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, so I think she wants to connect with you on JazzNet.
Okay,
so let's see if we can go ahead and.
Please give me a call. You got my number, 205-873-4572. Call me soon after.
Okay, and can she get to you on your JazzNet BHAM as well?
She can get to me there, or she can email me at hatcherdonnie@gmail.com. That would be quicker.
Okay, let's see if we can put that up there.
Give me that number again. My phone number is 205-873-4572.
4572.
Correct. And my name backwards, hatcherdonnie@gmail.com.
Right, got that number up there. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. So, Donnie, I'm going to bring you full center so that you can. Okay, she said, yeah, inbox. Okay, very good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have you come full center so that you can give our listening audience some encouraging words today. And then once you get through, we'll come back together and we'll end the show. How about that?
Okay, all right.
All right, here we go.
All right. Hey, audience, some things that I really want you to realize that I think is very important and that we all need to do is have quiet, calm deliberation. It disentangles every knot. Really, the situation is where you just need to have some quiet time actually and think about your thoughts and things you can do to improve whatever you're doing. And stumbling is not falling. Always, you know, any business right now that has been in business, most people have fallen or failed once before, but you grow through that. It's not what you're going through, it's what you're growing through. Thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate having you here.
I love it. And obviously we can tell that not only is that something that you're speaking from, but it's something that you live by.
Exactly.
So definitely wonderful. I'm so glad that you came in tonight. This was a great show. I enjoyed having you back here again. And certainly we're not going to wait this long next time.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. Remember, there's so many amazing events that are taking place in Birmingham, Alabama, as it relates to the Black History Month. Continue to go out there and support these events, these programs, great stuff that's taking place. A.G. Gaston Conference, I believe, is this week. So certainly if it's not too late to get those tickets, get out there and support that as well. So many things that we can do this month. So let's get out there and support. Again, Donnie, thank you so much for hanging out with us. All right, guys, we'll see you back here next week. Have a great evening. Stay safe and stay the course. Good night.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.